It's hot in my room and I'm sweaty, so that's the life that I'm living right now. Hi friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Crystal, and if you're not new here, I'm doing another Star Wars video. I wore my Baby Yoda jacket specifically for the occasion. I got this patch from World Famous Original. He made a bunch of these right when The Mandalorian came out, but I know that you can get these custom. You guys should definitely check him out. I'll have him linked in the description. Support small business. My first Star Wars video is my fastest growing video on my channel. My palm tattoo video has around 20,000 views, but it was over the course of like a year and a half and 2 years, whereas my Star Wars video got like 100 views in one day, which is the most that I've ever gotten. So I just want to give a shout out to all you Star Wars fans for watching my video and not giving me shit about it. All I have to say is look out, Star Wars community. I'm coming for you. I am putting myself in the Star Wars community. Hi, nice to meet you. Besides the whole number aspect of it, I just want to talk about Star Wars. I think that's the coolest part about my last video is I now have people that want to talk about Star Wars for me, and we'll get deep into it. Like, I've had some deep conversations about Star Wars and Legends, so honestly, that's the best I could ever ask for. And I now have people sending me Star Wars memes. Like, I'm getting unsolicited Star Wars memes, which honestly is probably the best unsolicited message that a girl could get. Today, we are going to talk about my predictions, or what I want to see for The Mandalorian Season 2. And I also want to say that there might be spoilers. I think a lot about Star Wars. I know a bunch of the rumors that have been floating around, and I'm going to talk about all of them. So if you guys want a spoiler-free Mandalorian viewing experience, I suggest skipping this video. If you don't care, hi, me neither. I just want to start off by saying that I'm not super knowledgeable in Star Wars. Like, I can't name every ship, and I can't name like every alien species out there. I do consume a lot of Star Wars content, so I listen to like podcasts, I read the books, and I watch a lot of Star Wars YouTubers. So shout out to Star Wars Theory one time and Thor Skywalker one time. Hi guys. So I don't really know like all the trivia, but maybe we can learn that together. So maybe this is a journey that we can do together. Like, wouldn't that be so fun for us? I love that for us. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the one thing that I want to talk about, and that is Ahsoka Tano. I want to see a live action Ahsoka so bad, and I think anyone who loves Ahsoka wants to see her in live action. I think seeing her in real life, or like in the flesh, it's almost like validation, because she wasn't in the sequels. She wasn't even mentioned in the sequels, and she was like this huge part of Anakin's life. And Clone Wars, I don't know if you guys have seen Clone Wars. If you haven't, you absolutely should. It is some of my favorite Star Wars content out there. It is amazing. Ahsoka's story, her character arc that she goes through from Clone Wars to Rebels is insane. She is the direct foil to Anakin, like even more so than Obi-Wan. And I would love to see her interacting with like Mando or Baby Yoda. I would just love to see her interacting with characters that previously existed. Ahsoka isn't confirmed. I think it's confirmed, and I know a bunch of people think that she's confirmed because she does show up on IMDb, and I had someone argue with me that that's not a reliable source. But for me, as someone who works for IMDb credit, you just can't put whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, if I am working, by the way, I'm a makeup artist, Los Angeles, and I am a full-time makeup artist. I work in like production. Sometimes you do jobs for IMDb credit. So I don't think you could just put whatever you wanted. And so she is rumored to be played by Rosario Dawson, who I think will be an amazing Ahsoka Tano. Like, I love Rosario, and I love Ashley too. So I don't know, I'm kind of worried, but I'm also just really excited to see Ahsoka on screen. Some of the reasons why I think that Ahsoka is going to be in The Mandalorian Season 2 is Mando is looking for a teacher for Baby Yoda, or the child, I guess. They're looking for Force wielders. And there's not too many Force wielders out there. We know about Luke, who at this point in Legends at least is like so famous. I know that in Legends he was so famous that when he would do like secret ops or like secret undercover things, he would have to use the Force to change his appearance because he was so recognizable. So even if Mando or a bunch of people don't know about Jedi or these like sorcerers, they definitely know about Luke Skywalker. I mean, it's Legends, it's not canon anymore, but So we know that Ahsoka is alive. There's a few other Jedi in Legends that are alive and around. And we also have Luke Skywalker. So I think that we will be looking for Ahsoka. I don't think that we'll be seeing Luke at all. I don't think that we'll be seeing any of the original trilogy. But I'm kind of hoping that we get a little bit of crossover like we did with Rogue One. So that's what I'm hoping. So in the trailer, we see a cityscape and it's covered in graffiti and it just looks like really run down, and I think that it's Lothal. And I talked to one of my friends about this, and he thinks that Ahsoka and Sabine are 100% confirmed. Like, he has no doubt about it. And he was saying that if Ahsoka and Sabine are confirmed, we are 100% going to Lothal. There's no reason why we shouldn't go to Lothal if Ahsoka and Sabine are there, because that's where Ezra is from. I'll get into Ezra in a minute in case you haven't seen Rebels. We know that Lothal is super important for mining resources, and we know that Lothal has a Jedi temple. And in Rebels, we see like a little tiny character that looks like Yoda on the wall, or like a species of Yoda. I think if Ahsoka does show up in season 2, we won't see her until the very end, and I think that they might pull baby Yoda and not show us until she's on screen. I think Mando will be looking for Ahsoka, or looking for Luke, and she'll come across Ahsoka. I was listening to the Star Wars Stuff podcast, shout out to Star Wars Stuff podcast one time, and they were saying that they might tease Ahsoka in the next trailer and then not show her to the end, so that way it gets Clone Wars fans watching. And there's been rumors about a live action Rebels sequel, and so that would be about, and the rumor is that it would be Ahsoka and Sabine looking for Ezra in the world between worlds. And I know that there's been some new information that's come out with an interview from either Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau, who is a creator of Mandalorian. Well, Dave Filoni is basically like the best thing to happen to Star Wars since George Lucas. That they want to go more of a Game of Thrones type of feel on the later half of season 2, which to me means that they want to do like different storylines. And so as I'm hearing this, I'm kind of thinking maybe we won't get a Rebels spinoff. Maybe we'll get Ahsoka and Sabine looking for Ezra within the Mandalorian. Like maybe that'll be the Mandalorian season 3. I know that they have already written Mandalorian season 3. I don't know if they started shooting yet because production has pretty much stopped in LA, but I know that it's in pre-pro, which is really, really exciting. But anyways, I digress. I'm getting too ahead of myself right now. Okay, so that leads us to Sabine, who is rumored to be played by Sasha Banks, who I had to look up. And she is I wrote notes, by the way, that's what I keep looking at. But Sasha Banks is a WWE fighter, and she retweeted the Mandalorian season 2 trailer saying this is the way. So it's not like a confirmation, like she didn't say like, hey, I'm gonna be Sabine, but people who watch her have been able to like take the trailer and take her and be like, that's the same person. I personally don't know. I don't know Sasha Banks' face enough to make that decision. I just think that it's so cool that Star Wars has been casting these really badass women in Star Wars roles. Like we have Cara Dune, who is from an MMA fighter, and then now we have Sasha Banks, who is a WWE fighter. Like I just think it's so cool that we are getting badass women to play these roles. Like we have our Rey, Palpatine Skywalkers, and we have our Padmes, and we have our Leias, but now we have like Cara Dune, and we have Sabine Wren, who are jacked up and trained fighters, and I just think that is so sick. Like I love that we have all these different variations of women in the show that are just badass. Like it's so cool. I just want to say that if we see Ahsoka, I really want to see Rex. Rex is my favorite clone. Shout out to Fives one time. I just want to see Rex and Ahsoka. Like, I love Rex and I love Ahsoka, and I just, like, want them to be together on screen in real life. Like, can we make that happen? Please, Dave Filoni, make that happen, please. This is the perfect segue into what everyone wants to talk about, and that's Boba Fett. And it's rumored that Temuera Morrison, am I saying that right? It's rumored that Temuera Morrison is going to be casted, and it's unclear if he's going to be Boba Fett or Rex. I think that it's gonna be Boba Fett. One, because I feel like people have been asking for more Boba Fett for the last 30, 40 years now. So for them not to take Boba Fett and put him in The Mandalorian doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like Boba Fett should absolutely be in The Mandalorian at some point. I've also heard rumors that Boba is supposed to get his own show or movie. So I think introducing him in the TV show would be a great start for that. Another thing that I have heard since season 1 came out last year is that Boba will absolutely be in season 2. It is teased in episode 5 of season 1. We hear spurs walking up, which is pretty iconic for Boba Fett. And there's like another sound that people hear that I am not qualified to talk about, but other people have pointed it out. But But here's the thing is we know in Legends that Boba Fett escaped a Sarlacc pit twice. One of those times being on Tatooine, right after episode 6, he was able to crawl out of the Sarlacc pit and his armor was just decayed. It was falling apart. It was gross. So he left his armor and it was then picked up by a sheriff on Tatooine named Cobb Vanth. Vanth's refrigeration. So it's unclear whether we are actually seeing Cobb Vanth or if we're seeing Boba Fett. But there is another rumor going around that Cobb Vanth is rumored to be played by Timothy Olyphant. You guys, I actually have a lisp that I just found out about from doing YouTube videos, but I have a lisp. So some of these words are like kind of hard for me to pronounce. But Timothy Olyphant is rumored to play Cobb Vanth. Jesus, why is this so hard? So I'll tell you guys, when Timothy was first casted, he was rumored to be casted as Kanan from Rebels or Thrawn, and I couldn't really see either. I was actually really bummed out if he was playing Thrawn because my headcanon for Thrawn is Jason Isaacs. Like, hold on, I have the book. Okay, look at this of Thrawn, you guys. Like, doesn't this look like Jason Isaacs? I feel like Jason Isaacs needs to play Thrawn. And we know that Thrawn exists during this time because at least in Legends, he is one of the main antagonists to Luke, Leia, and Han. Don't think that we'll see Thrawn in the show, but just something to think about. Let's talk about Boba Fett again. So if Boba is gonna show up, is Mando gonna run into him? Is he gonna take the armor from Cobb? Is he gonna give the armor back to Boba? As far as we're concerned, Boba is just a bounty hunter and shouldn't have Mandalorian armor. I know that a bunch of Star Wars content creators on YouTube were saying that you could see Boba Fett's jetpack and helmet on the back of Mando's speed bike thing. Personally, I don't see it. I watched all those videos. I even slowed it down myself, and I personally could not see anything. I couldn't even see the color palette. Like, maybe I'm just like... So what do we know going into Mandalorian season 2? We know that Baby Yoda needs to find Force wielders, and that is kind of the mission of season 2. But we also know about the Dark Saber. So the Dark Saber is so iconic, which if you guys haven't seen Clone Wars or Rebels, you should definitely watch it because it makes the reveal of the Dark Saber in The Mandalorian so crazy. Like, nobody was expecting it. Nobody was expecting it. And I think with the Dark Saber, we're going to learn more about the Mandalorian culture and history and how they became so extreme. So how did they go from like, the thing about Mandalorians is they went from like one extreme to the other. Like, they went from being like warriors to pacifists to warriors again, who never take off their helmet. And so I'm hoping that we see more of their culture and more Mandalorian history. Like, I think the Mandalorians are so cool, but I'm hoping that we hear why they became so extreme and like why they are the way that they are now. Which leads me to Bo-Katan. So we know in Rebels, Bo was the last one to have the Dark Saber. So I'm pretty sure that Bo is confirmed to show up season 2, and she's supposed to be played by Katie Sackhoff, which is so cool. So if you don't know who Katie Sackhoff is, she is the voice of Bo in Clone Wars and in Rebels. She's also in Battlestar Galactica and Another Life. So she's pretty sure, I'm like pretty sure that she's confirmed. I'm pretty sure she's Bo, and like another cool thing besides her voicing Bo is that she looks like Bo. Like, if you haven't seen Bo and Katie, same person. Like, corporate wants you to find the difference between two photos. Before we move on from the Dark Saber, I just wanted to share a theory that my brother came up with, and that was that Mando might be the one to wield the Dark Saber, which could be very interesting. I don't know if he would though. Like, would Mando become like this super central character to Mandalorian culture? I mean, he could. he could. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So the other thing that I want to talk about is the ice planet that we see in the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer. I don't think that it's Hoth, because as far as I know, Hoth doesn't have that much more significance other than a rebel hiding spot. We do know from Clone Wars that there's an ice planet where you could get Kyber crystals. So I think that Mando and Baby Yoda will be going to this ice planet to find Jedi, or like find some remnants. There is a scene in the trailer where Baby Yoda he's just kind of like waddling around being super cute and like looks up at Mando, and he looks so sad, and to me it felt very sad. Like the first thing I thought of was Ahsoka and like the clone helmets, and I'm wondering if they are following Ahsoka and they end up on the moon that Ahsoka buried all the clone helmets on with Rex. That is just the first thing I thought of, and my heart is broken all over again. I just want to see more aliens. That's like the one note that I wrote down while I watched the trailer, is more aliens. Like, I want to see more aliens. We are a Star Wars story. We should be seeing aliens. Like, and that was the one thing that I liked seeing about the Season 2 trailer, was there were so many aliens. Like, I just want to see more aliens. That was my issue with the Solo story and Rogue One. As much as I love Rogue One, I just want to see more aliens, you know? Like, we are in a whole universe. Like, why are we seeing so many humans? Okay, so of course, Baby Yoda. We are all here for Baby Yoda. I have my little Baby Yoda that I got from Downtown Disney, my little Baby Yoda pad. I love Baby Yoda. Like, I love Baby Yoda. Personally, I'm hoping that we don't hear Baby Yoda speak. Like, I don't want to hear Baby Yoda's first words. I really do not care about that. Don't want to hear Baby Yoda's voice. I just want Baby Yoda to say Baby Yoda. Like, that's all I want. Besides Ahsoka, I am the most excited about Baby Yoda. Those are all the things that I really want to see in The Mandalorian Season 2. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see. Let me know your guys' theories. What do you guys think about everything? Because I want to know. If you guys want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I am here for that. Leave it down in the comments. Give me a like and a thumbs up if you guys want to see me do more Star Wars related content. Before we wrap this up, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to me rant about Star Wars and my predictions. Thank you guys all for watching. I am just so excited to be part of the Star Wars community, and I'll see you in the next video.